Lenny is a fighter. He's been training for this tournament for the past 3 months. He's been at the gym every single day, punching all the bags. He's shadowboxing in the shower. And he's doing everything he can to prepare himself for this tournament. He's like 6'2", so he's a decently sized guy, but he's in like the lower end of his weight class. He goes to this tournament, and in the first 3 fights, he struggles, but he wins them all. Lenny doesn't enjoy the tournament. He doesn't like getting his face punched. He says it's too hard for him, even though he's been winning. He looks at his next opponent. What? A 7-foot Samoan? Oh, I'm done, Lenny says. Lenny quits the tournament before he even finishes. He wins 3 fights in a row, and he runs away from the 7-foot Samoan. He's afraid. He goes home a failure. Then, Odysseus. Odysseus is the same as Lenny. He's also 6'2", and he is at the same tournament. He as well, struggling to fight all these guys. He may not be as good as a fighter of Lenny. He loses a couple fights, but he wins one. And then he sees the 7-foot Samoan. Odysseus knows that there's no hope in beating this guy. He knows that he's about to get his face absolutely destroyed. But what does he do? He jumps in the ring and does everything he can to stay alive. Odysseus goes home after the tournament, not a winner, but he goes home having learned something new. He goes home having faced the hardest opponent out there, and he's proud of himself. He did not win the fight by any means, but he got a few good punches in there. Yes, he got his face smashed, but he was able to hold his ground and live, What's the difference between these two guys here? One of them quit before he even jumped in the ring with the 7-foot Samoan. The other guy saw his opponent, understood that he was probably going to get his face absolutely destroyed. He went in the ring and got his face absolutely destroyed. But he came out learning something. He learned something new from that experience, and that made him a better fighter. After he fought the 7-foot Samoan, that was the hardest guy out there. He won the gold medal. But then he went up against a 6'5" normal guy, like some 6'5" American, and he's a big guy. He's bulky as well. He's even bigger than Odysseus. But Odysseus, having fought the hardest opponent prior, 6'5", easy. He took the win on that guy. He knocked him out. KO. This is a concept, especially the athletes out there, they should adopt this in their life. It's no pain, no gain. It's something that even the Romans would do in their time. I've read about this in some of these old books from the Roman philosophers and stuff. They talk about this idea where the hard times, you have to go through the hard times, the greatest challenge, to grow stronger as a person, grow stronger as a man. You look at the greatest generation, when they were 10 years old, they were in the Great Depression. They were broke or starving pretty much. And then when they were 20 years old, they were sent off to fight World War II. Then they came back with whatever limbs they had left, and they built a house, they worked a job, and they made great families and had a wonderful life after that. Because they were strong men. They endured the hard times, and that made them strong people. So we should actively be seeking out the harder times. It's been done to develop yourself and make you stronger so many times. When you when you go and tackle the toughest opponent out there, when you're playing a game and you're really tired and you got to push through for like the last 20 minutes, that's when you become stronger. Not just physically, but also mentally. This is something that David Goggins does really well. He talks about this all the time. Doing the hard things. He runs these crazy long ass 100-mile marathons with broken knees and feet and like duct tape around his ankles. Those are the hard times. That is what hard feels like. And that's a wonderful quote that I've heard. When you're in the hard times and you're struggling and it's something you don't feel like you want to do it, you got to understand that this is what hard feels like. It sucks. It sucks a lot. But it's good for you. So when you go out your day-to-day basis, or whenever if you're an athlete, you've got like the toughest opponent coming up, you gotta understand, yes, you may not win, but it's an opportunity to learn and become stronger. So you should seek out like the pain and discomfort, not like literal pain of like getting a knife and like cutting your face open or some weird ass stuff where you like hit your head against the wall on purpose. No, but like the greatest way to do this is through some sort of sport or weightlifting or something like that, where you go and experience hard times, challenging times, and that it like rewires your mind and it makes you stronger. That is super powerful to do that. So if you're not doing this already, get into weightlifting or a sport or something like that and train hard at it. Train so hard that it starts to suck. You're enduring like the pain, you're sweating, your muscles are sore, and you keep pushing out that last rep. What that does for your mind is so powerful. And you don't even have to like pick up a sport to do this. Just get on the floor and do like 100 push-ups. If for some reason you can do 100 push-ups, then honestly, congrats to you. That's amazing. I respect you for that. Then do 200 push-ups, do 400, push yourself to your limits. It's all about the mindset. If you can get your mindset right, it unlocks so many doors and opportunities. So try do that. Endure the pain and discomfort and become a strong person. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.